Hello, people of the internet. Welcome. It is time for another chapter of Ash Dreams. And I do not know if this is going to be put with the last chapter. And it might not be. But, shit happens. And if I don't do it, I don't do it. Back in school. Sucks. Dark. Okay. Let's get to reading. This thing's still recording? Sure the hell is. Okay. Rainbow Dash was standing on the sidewalk of one of Manhattan's most busy streets. All around her was a variety of ponies going about their daily lives. A short distance away, an orange filly was consulting with a yellow Pegasus mare and a white DJ over matters that Dash desperately wished to hear. Not wanting to cause more problems than she had already had, Rainbow Dash stood in her place and watched with determined eyes for any clue as the conversation at hoof with the trio. Having been urged by the Fire Pegasus to return to the city a short while ago, Rainbow Dash hoped that the famous flyer would help her. Occasionally, the DJ would turn to face Dash with differing of emotions. Rainbow was pretending not to notice at this point, hoping she would sway her decision in favor by not drawing any unwanted attention. Still, exactly what was happening behind those dark lenses was more valuable to her now than anything in Equestria. Finally her attention was piqued as Spitfire's gaze found Dash's eyes. Unsure of whether she was simply being optimistic at this point, she took the expression given as pleased. It may have been the first bit of good news she had received. The filly turned around, and the pair of older ponies followed close behind her. Spitfire still took a look of content, and Vinyl with a stoic expression Dash wouldn't attempt to decode for fear of permanent mental scarring. Spitfire was the first to speak out of them. "I think we should head inside. We have a lot to talk about." "Agreed," said Dash, shakily. In all honesty, she was simply happy to be off the street. Safely inside Vinyl's apartment, Dash attempted to allow herself to relax, ensure her mind that everything would be okay. It wasn't working. She instead took a gazing around the apartment. Small and obviously packed with their sleeping arrangement, she took a spot on the couch. It looked to be only a few rooms, one of which she caught the glimpse of a bed in. Must be Vinyl's room, she thought to herself. To distract her rapidly advancing fears, looking away from the room, she caught sight of a record permanently lodged into the wall. Lying on the table near her was a familiar picture of herself. She wondered for a moment how it had gotten into the apartment, and considered reaching for it and decided to stay still. Her attention was brought away from the embedded disc and drawing back to the assorted ponies around her. "Okay, we're here. So what's going on?" She started. Scooby sighed and shifted in her seat to face Dash. Once her hero, who was regarded as above every other pony in Equestria, had fallen so quickly from grace. "Well, she looked across to Spitfire, who simply nodded her on. "I'm going back to Ponyville." She stopped and waited for a response from the assorted mares. Dash felt her fears deflate with the decision. "Really? That's great!" Rainbow Dash said a little too enthusiastically, calming down at the looks of the others. Wait, that's not it," Scooby continued, not wanting Dash to take her response incorrectly. "I'm coming back with Vinyl. Uh, that's like taking like a dump on your dream. It's just like, oh, you're just done." "What?" Dash's heart sank as she dropped her head, mentally kicking herself for being so foolish. She could feel her defeat. The DJ perked up at the news. Having not paid much attention to the debate outside, she kept her face still, but behind her glasses she carefully eyed the filly with unrivaled joy. "No, it's not Dash." Scooby cut herself off, seeing the state of the blue mare. "Are you crying?" She leaned in for a better look at the strong athlete. "No, just no crying. Me Please, I don't ever cry. Her words, oh, her words faded out, and she kept her head low, wiping the fresh onslaught of tears away. Crying is not my thing. It's just Scootaloo wrapped her in a full embrace. Dash gladly returned her gesture. Her will broken, and tears escaped her hold. She found herself crying against the filly unintentionally, wetting part of her purple mane. Don't abandon me, she said quietly to the young fan, who pushed herself back to look at Rainbow Dash at arm's length. What? I'd never do that. Just listen. She got back to her seat and attempted to wipe her coat partially dry. Spitfire, I think you should tell her. The Fire Pegasus nodded and faced Dash, who looked up confused. Scootaloo came up with a nice plan. Smart fool, really. So here, if you're up for it, come back with me and to train with the others. Scootaloo stay with V in a little place in Pollyville, while you'll be in the Wonder Boat, see? She smiled at the filly for making the suggestion. You mean it? She looked at the ponies in the room as well, who were all smiling contentedly. Even Vinyl wore her traditional Mad Mare grin. Well, that sounds great. Awesome. It's settled. Spitfire called happily. It sounds great, but no thanks. Earning a mixed look from the rest, she turned to face Scootaloo. Listen, I missed enough of you already. You're already flying. I should have been there for you when it was your first time. I'm sorry. I won't miss it again. I'm going to be there this time. She sat up, her confidence slowly returning. Besides, the Wonderwoods will be there next year. Are you sure? Definitely. I don't know if that's how you spell definitely, but I'm guessing that says definitely. Dash turned to face the unicorn. Hey, thanks for taking care of her. And I'm sorry. The DJ smiled, her own tears beginning to fall from her control as she looked at it. From Rainbow Dash to Scootaloo. Scootaloo hugged Dash before trotting off in the same direction of the remaining guests. I can't believe it. This is so cool. Rainbow Dash stood from her seat. So, I think it's time we head home. I really need a bath. Use mine, the white mare said, finally after speaking in the lengthy silence. I'm starving, so hurry up and let's eat. She wrapped a hoof around Scootaloo and pulled her closer. Then we'll go home. Sound good? Sounds great, the filly agreed, hugging her friend tightly. The end. Let's read the next chapter. Let's do this. I don't like that picture. I like what the Friendship is Magic Fiction is doing with the site with the changing pictures. I just don't like that particular ship. Why? Because I don't see what they have in common. Anyways. Oh, it's Rainbow Dash's friendship report. Oh, okay. It's titled Rainbow Dash's Letter. What's a My Little Pony Friendship is Magic story without a little letter to the princess? So here we have Rainbow Dash's friendship report after her very interesting week. Thank you all again for reading. And you're welcome, because I like this story. This story be heartwarming. I like it. Oh, it's really short. Oh, Jesus. It's like 100 words at most. Dear Princess, heroes are a very special type of friend. A pony that will always be there for some pony else, no matter what. Even if some pony looks up to you, it's best to be there when they need you, and not let the attention get to your head. When some pony needs your help, but is too afraid to ask for it, the real hero will step up and take care of them without question. I almost lost a very important friend this week, but thanks to our friends, I was able to make things right, and even help somebody else too. I always learned that just because you're down and sad, there's always somewhere lower to go, somewhere that takes true heroes to get you out. In all, it's best to just be around when some pony needs your help. When your own desire gets in the way, you have to choose what's best for every pony, even if it means putting what you want aside. I may have lost another year or so in the Wonderbolts, but I gained a lifetime in friendship. And in the end, that's really important. Your loyal subject, Rainbow Dash. Dark, dark, dark. It's kind of sad. Okay, I better end this story before it takes like an hour to upload because I need something else to stop. Okay, thanks. Goodbye.